Good, happy Wednesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, 4 seriously injured, 1 critically in crash on I-95. One person suffered life-threatening injuries and 3 others were seriously injured Tuesday evening in a crash on the southbound side of Interstate 95, officials said. New Hampshire State Police were called to the Hampton Toll Plaza after a report of a serious motor vehicle crash. Investigators said a 2010 Chevrolet Express van driven by Ming Chen, 51, of Boston, was traveling south on I-95 when it suddenly swerved right away from the open tolling lanes and toward the crash lanes. They said it appeared that Chen had either changed lanes and lost control or was trying to make it into the crash lane from the open road tolling lanes. People said there were 3 passengers in the vehicle, one of which was ejected out of the front windshield. Chen and one of the passengers were taken to Exeter Hospital with serious injuries. Officials said the 2 rear passengers who were not wearing seatbelts were taken to Portsmouth Regional Hospital, one with serious injuries and one with life-threatening injuries. A portion of the southbound lane was closed around 6 p.m. All lanes reopened Tuesday night. The name of the passengers have not been released. Police said it does not appear that impairment was a factor in this crash, but that all aspects of the incident remains under investigation. State police said they plan to examine the black box of the van and talk to Chen to help them understand how the crash happened. While police have not confirmed what caused the crash, they are reminding drivers not to suddenly switch lanes when approaching tolls. Anyone with additional information is asked to contact State Police at 603-223-8490. Green Line trolley derails after snow falls from station roof. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston. Sorry about that, everyone. We're having a little technical difficulties getting. Here we go.
A large pile of snow slid off the station roof, falling wet and heavy across the tracks.
All of a sudden, just Out of nowhere, all of this snow just tumbled off the roof.
Meg Hoffman was waiting for a trolley. She took these photos. She says the next trolley slowly tried to plow through the mound.
As the second car of the trolley got through, the front car was a little lopsided and definitely not on the rails correctly.
At Newton Center on the Green Line D line at the height of the evening rush hour. Service was stopped in both directions for over 2 hours.
No information, no signs in the buses, just got on the wrong bus going into Forest Hills, and I'm heading towards Newton. So it was chaos.
A large crowd of frustrated passengers outbound were forced off at Reservoir Station in Cleveland Circle as shuttle buses were brought in.
Warming up a little bit. Big set to slide.
It took workers some 2.5 hours to clear the scene. A hydraulic jack finally picking up the trolley, sliding the wheels back on the tracks. Michael Kiernan's 50-minute commute to Wellesley turned into a 2.5-hour ordeal. He says the T could do better.
I mean, I'm reasonable. I understand things happen, but it's really the lack of communication that I'm struggling with. It's unfortunate. I understand this happens, but it's just the communication plan, the execution that's important.
Now, from where we stand, you can clearly see there is a safety net along the roof's edge over the platform going outbound, so this is a problem the T is aware of. Passengers say that after the next snowstorm, they may want to use a roof rake to clear the snow off the station. Full service was resumed on the D line shortly before 9. Live from Newton Center, Jorge Quiroga, WCBB News and 5.
Okay. There you go on that video and that report. Woo. Couple found dead inside Franklin County home. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
The road this morning after receiving a 911 call from Thomas. Teams entered the home to find Massey and his wife Michelle shot dead.
Yeah. Just feel for their families, feel for their daughter was there.
Kelly Hutchins lived across the street from the couple for more than a year. Sent to this home on Temple Road this morning after receiving a 911 call from Thomas Massey threatening to shoot himself.
There's cop cars everywhere.
When state police negotiators arrived, they attempted to communicate with the couple inside, but were unsuccessful. And around 12:30, tactical teams entered the home to find Massey and his wife Michelle shot dead.
Yeah. Just feel for their families, feel for their daughter was there.
Kelly Hutchins lived across the street from the couple for more than a year.
He always seemed really nice whenever we saw him outside, neighborly or whatever, but we never expected this.
And says she never saw any signs of trouble at the small greenhouse.
It's really quiet, so to have something this close to home, it was a shocker, really.
Members of the evidence response team remained at the home well into the night.
We're in the very early stages of the investigation, and we still have some work to do on the interview side of the house as well as evidence at the scene.
Trying to put together the pieces of what happened inside. Again, police say they are just beginning their investigation. Autopsies are scheduled for tomorrow morning. In Temple, Erin Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sports diplomacy may not fix the North Korea problem, but some hope it's a start. Next month could see North and South Korea athletes marching together at the Olympics for the first time in over a decade, following a year of escalating hostile over Pyongyang's nuclear and missile program. "13 dead after flooding and mudslide forces thousands to flee in California." Let's take a look at this video from ABC News.
What are you doing?
I don't need all this. Mucinex Fast Max can handle pretty much every symptom.
Name one.
How about 9? Even.
Yeah, I can read.
We're done here.
Mucinex Fast Max. 9 symptoms, 1 dose, max strength. Let's end this.
Tonight in California, cars, homes, and lives swallowed by those deadly flash floods and mudslides.
We have multiple reports of people trapped.
It's our worst fear coming to life for us right now.
At least 13 are reported dead, 24 missing, scores more are injured. This 14-year-old girl pulled from the muck. Authorities still in search and rescue mode, fearing those casualty counts will almost certainly rise.
The only words I can really think of to describe what it looked like was it looked like a World War I battlefield. It was literally a carpet of mud and debris.
It was a natural disaster, officials say, that was exacerbated by the Thomas Fire, the biggest in California history, which blackened hillsides and stripped them of anything that would absorb Tuesday's deluge. Up to 5 inches of rain pounded the region, the water coming down sometimes at a rate of more than an inch an hour.
The Carpinteria Fire Department has a rain.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.